Uh, so hi everyone, this is Kamal from NokiaPoweruser.com, and as promised, we are back with more videos, more coverage of Nokia X. So let us see how we go ahead with, other setup, or like how we bring other stuff in. So like, okay, let us check settings first. So if you are in the app home screen, you can just go to settings. Okay, and you can see you can switch on Wi-Fi from here. Okay, and once you have switched on the Wi-Fi, you can actually select and configure your Wi-Fi. So here you have option of showing the password as well. So you can just see the password if you wish to connect it like that way. So here I will connect, and it finally got connected, so good news. Okay, so we can just go through the settings once and see how the various settings look like. So okay, the Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, then you have data counter. I think this is for letting you know how much data has actually and which application. So this really looks nice. So you can set up a mobile data limit here. Then there's a data use cycle, so which has taken what data or how much amount of data. So it's all there. Okay, and you have many options like turn on data roaming, restrict background data, wow, sync app data manually, Wi-Fi users height, and mobile hotspots. Okay, so now coming to mobile data network. So you can see which SIM you want to use for the data. So since we have only one SIM here, so it will just default select that first SIM. Otherwise you can perhaps set which SIM you want to use for the data and other purposes. You have switch on the flight mode, T3 on hotspot. So Android is packed with features, so not to worry. You have many things. You can set the Wi-Fi hotspot from here. You have VPN and what is there in advanced settings. So data roaming, so you can here set how you want to do the data roaming, etc., and whether you want to use the 3G or not. Then access point names here, everything has been taken by default, so I don't think I need to give a access point name. So it's already there. It has already selected Airtel, which I'm using. Okay, so apart from that, you have different settings for phone. Okay, so in case you have two SIMs, these settings will come in picture. Sounds and vibrations, so various volume settings. Then you can set like which tone you want to use for notifications. Keypad tones, I usually don't prefer having them, so they kill battery as well, so it's better to switch them off. Lock screen sound is okay. Vibrate on touch gives you good feelings, so I'll let it be. Coming to display, so brightness is really good. It's just so less. I think it's like 40% or 40 to 50%. I'll set it to automatic. Let us see. Okay, screen double tap. Oh wow, it kills battery, but it is really cool. So glance screen, I will also let it have. You can set glance screen timeout, etc. Okay, I'll put it as 1 minute. That's fine. Font size can be set from here. Okay, and okay, display. Then the storage, so it shows here how much storage is taken by what. Okay, phone storage, memory card, remove memory card, battery settings. So I think okay, so this will be where you can know much more about how the battery is being used or how the battery is being killed by different applications. So phone idle system, etc. Okay, So naturally screen is something which is taking most of the battery life. Okay, now what else is there? So you have application setting, so swipe to home. Okay, so we have now an option of setting swipe to home or enabling swipe to home. So I don't think for all application is valid here, as we have seen for most of the application it was valid in case of Asha 5x XS range, but here it seems for some application it will be able to do the same. So in any application you can just swipe from the left or right is to go back to home. Okay, or you can press and hold down the back key. So if I press and hold, I'll go back to home screen. Wow, so I think it should be somewhere. Okay, I have to go back, so let's go back and see. Okay, so viewer here in the apps, you can manage and remove installed apps from here, I think. Okay, so it's there. So like all the applications are shown, and I think one can go inside and then uninstall etc from here. That's cool. Okay, going back to notifications. Okay, so each asks for whether you want to show notification on lock screen or not. Fastlane settings, so whether you want to see notifications on Fastlane, or you want apps to manage or record their history on your Fastlane, so it's allowed here. You can, these are all factory settings basically, so whatever is there I think it's default. You can have a social network setup, a shortcut on the home screen, and it will actually ask for whether you want to use Facebook, Twitter, or you want to install anything else. Okay, okay, so this is about Fastlane settings. Coming to location, security, language and input. Okay, so what's there in settings? So like locations. Okay, so location permission you can allow from here. You can manage maps. Okay, fine. So if you want to put some kind of password etc, it can be all managed from here. Encryption is also given, so for especially for corporate customers this can be a handy feature where they can encrypt their phone, and it saves on makes the data safe actually. So fine. So this is one neat feature. So this is like what is special in Android. So if you want to install applications other than Nokia Store, so usually it will ask whether you want to allow installation of apps from unknown sources. You have to check the box. So once you check the box, so here you can see unknown sources, allow installation of apps from unknown sources. So you have to check the box and you would be able to install the application from various sources, various app stores. Okay, so this was there in security. So settings, security, and you need to do this unknown sources, check the box. Coming back to language and input, so this is default Nokia keyboard. Okay, so you can actually set different things, gestures also are there. So it looks a sort of okay. So we will explore it further. So for now this is what you can do. You can actually also do text to speech output. Oh good. So these are different settings for how you want this to happen. So from text to speech you can provide the output. This is backup and reset, so creating backup. Okay, from content text message to your memory card, desktop from backup, and this factory reset. Okay, now coming to add accounts, you can add different accounts here. So you can see BBM, corporate, email, Facebook, WeChat, etc. Various accounts are there which are set up or which can be. So okay, there are various date and time settings. Okay, accessibility, and this is something very interesting which is called developer options. So here is where you can do advanced settings. So like you can see desktop backup password. So desktop, if you're taking a backup of desktop, you can actually put a password from here. It says if you do this setting, the screen will never sleep while charging, but I think that will kill battery a lot, so you would not like to do that. You can protect your memory card. You can do lots of debugging, which a normal user would not do, but for developer it's good. Then input, you have a very interesting thing, which is show touches. So if you check these options, it will start showing you this dot. So wherever you put your finger, you'll see a dot. So it again depends whether you would like to have it. I would not prefer it, so I just remove. Okay, and now there are different things. So again, drawings are there, which you would not be able to, which you can let it go because it may not be that important. But these two options are interesting. Turn off HW overlays. So it and this force GPU rendering. It asks GPU for doing the screen rendering and different kind of animations or screen composition. So if you check this option, the GPU will be used for doing these things, and I think that can make the devices smoother. So we will have to check it whether that really works or not. So here if we go down, you can see that. Okay, so if you check this option, it will destroy every activity as soon as the user, any application or anything you are doing, it will just kill it. And this is something called background process limit. So as I was telling, there is some limit to which you can set the background process run. So I think there are at most 4 background processes which can be run here. Okay, so I check it, put it at 4 because I will use them. Yeah, so so we are back, and this is feedback to Nokia and about phone. So let us check what is about this phone. So system update, battery level, legal RM980. We were the first ones to start covering this as RM980, if you remember. Yes. Okay, and Nokia X software platform 1.0. So guys, this was our settings walkthrough, and you have seen how you can make different settings. Okay, one more thing I like to cover is about contacts. So if you like to bring import export contacts here, so there are many ways actually. You can do from SIM, you can do from storage, you can export to SIM, you can import from there, or if you have Outlook account configured, so Outlook or Hotmail account configured, you can just go and create a mail from here. So if you have an Outlook account, and if you configure it here, it syncs the contact. So maybe if you have contacts there with your Outlook account, it will just sync it to the phone and you'll get your contacts here. Nokia has removed the sync feature from Gmail, so if you have a Gmail account, it will not work. Apart from that, there is one more way. If you have a other Bluetooth, if you have a old phone which supports Bluetooth, which is generally done, usually all other phones really support it, so you can go to the store and okay, so store needs update, but you can go to the store and you can download an application called Contacts Transfer. So I think this is not done by Nokia, that application, but I think that is still handy and you can actually use that. Okay, so let us check once. Okay, yeah, so this is Innova, it is Contacts Transfer, and I think it works in the same way as we have seen the data transfer, contact transfer application which Nokia has got for Symbian or Lumia devices. So it I think does the same. It transfer the contact copies from the any other Bluetooth phone to your phone, to Nokia X. So there are like several ways, either from micro SD card you can import the contacts, or you can do if you have Outlook account, you sync that sync all your contacts to that Outlook account, and you can just configure an email here and sync it. or else you can do this context transfer. You have to download this context transfer application and you can do it switching on the Bluetooth. So this was our settings walkthrough plus a mini tutorial on how to transfer the contacts on Nokia X. So hope you have liked it, and thanks for watching. Stay tuned for much more on Nokia X.